Hey, what's up? My name's Sean Micel. I'm a paid media buyer and e-com store owner. And in this video, I'm actually going to break down a client account and show you how to determine how your ads are performing beyond just the surface level stuff. So the surface level stuff is we got 17 purchases over the last 17 days. He's basically spending about $50, $60 a day. I just bumped it up to 72 yesterday. Um, and his CPM's $20, pretty good. That's a prospecting ad. His CTR is 4.59. He's always got really high click-through rates, and so overall pretty good. But there's some things that we can look at that we can improve. And the first thing we want to do is look at frequency, CPM, and ad spend allocated. So we're going to go into here and break down by day. And what we're looking at is we basically see he's pretty much pretty consistent. His frequency, it shows 1.94. One thing with Facebook, it always does this. It always jacks up the frequency, but you can see there's no way that adds up to 1.94. So his frequency is basically 1.3 people are seeing his ads every day. So we're not doing we're doing broad targeting, so it looks like Facebook's kind of narrowing down on who it's going to put the ads in front of. And then what we were looking at this, you could see he's basically spent $50 to $60, except for yesterday, where he got shut out, which is a bummer. But this is where the next level, where I actually get really excited about breaking down these ads, because we can actually see what's working, what's not. So what we're going to do here is we're going to clear this, and we're going to first look at dynamic creative element. And for you guys that are watching this, this is a broad targeted campaign with dynamic creative. I have other videos on this, but I'm just going to share with you what's working. So it's kind of funny. Like this video in the beginning got off to like just gangbusters. Like if I look at the last 14 days, I mean, this thing was really, it was in the teens. But I always like to look at 7 days, like the latest trends. And you can see that this video right here, and it's just a video of a woman bouncing a ball off a wall, is still kind of the king. This one's not bad. This one just isn't. It may be on the cut line. But what you can see though is that this is a really interesting phenomenon. Is Facebook is allocating still most of the budget to this image. It believes that image in the long haul is going to outperform the other ones, and that's why you might see, if you do advantage budget or like campaign budget optimization, you'll see like certain ad sets outperform other ad sets, and or they're getting more spend, even though it looks like CPA wise that other ones are outperforming them. It's just Facebook's algorithm is just telling you like, hey, this one is actually the winner. Now what I'm going to do is keep this in mind, and then I'm going to look at text. And you can see that this one is just people with Parkinson's are living their best life. This one is really outpulling the other one. And even if I see if we take it 14 days, you can see, again, the cost per result is almost identical, but it still believes that this ad is outpulling it. So the question is what do we actually do with this data? There's a couple ways with dynamic creative you can look at it. You can just take out whatever isn't working the best. I tend to leave at least 2 primary texts in there, mainly because you just never know. Sometimes, if you make them different enough to appeal to different types of people that still could be your customers, it sometimes switches. Like one that is outperforming another one, then it becomes kind of the caboose of the train. With respect to creatives, it's like I think we've found the 2 that really just win, because if you look at the maximum, you can see that these 2 just outpull all of them. And this one still, again, still is good enough to keep, even though the last week it's been a $77 CPA. So what you want to do when you look at this is the first thing, just to recap, is you want to go into here and you just want to see basically how, and change that back to 7 days, just how the trend lines are. And the trend lines are pretty good. These are pretty good. This is a little high. This sucks, but it just happens. You want to pay attention to frequency. And here's the thing: is like the frequency aspect of this is more about just understanding how many people are seeing your ads on a daily basis. So 1.3, basically it's like 100, like one person, 1.3 people are seeing your ad every day. Whereas like if it's 1.09, it's one, basically it's just one person is seeing your ad on a daily basis and not seeing it over and over again. The CPMs, you can see they're kind of fluctuating from $24 to $21, but that's what I would consider a prospecting ad. If it was in like the 30s to 40s, it would be a middle of funnel, and anything above that's retargeting. The cost per click and the click-through rates, I don't personally really worry about. I just don't think I've seen campaigns convert like crazy that have low click-through rates, and I've seen campaigns struggle that have really high click-through rates. My guy here is really in a pretty good spot. He's kind of in sort of a sweet spot. And then what we just, again, going back to this, we can break down the elements by image, by text. And what you want to do is just try to give each element, at least, I'd say like at least $150 to spend. It depends what you're selling, depends, the cost. But that is breaking down how to evaluate the performance of your campaigns. Obviously, CPA is king, but you could see what's driving the results. These two images are driving the results, and you could see that mostly, this is driving the results, even though this has a lower CPA. If you want some more help, just drop a comment below. I can definitely help you with your ads, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.